Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the review for this Moto X Force, which is a new Android phone by Motorola. And the speciality of this device is that Motorola claims that this is a shatterproof smartphone. And before we continue, let me give you a specs overview. Moto X Force is powered by the Snapdragon 810 chipset, which is an octa-core processor. It is also having 3 GB of RAM, 32 GB or 64 GB of internal storage with micro SD card support. Moving to the GPU, it has the Adreno 430 GPU, and it has a 5.4-inch AMOLED screen, which is a quad HD screen with a PPI of 540. It also has that shatterproof screen, and Motorola is offering 4 years warranty on this screen. Moving to the camera, it has a 21 megapixel rear-facing camera with the 1.4 micron pixel and a f2.0 lens. The front-facing camera is a 5 megapixel shooter. So as you can see, the specs on this Moto X Force are pretty good. It sports the Snapdragon 810 chipset. But the highlighting thing for this device is that shatterproof screen technology that Motorola has. And trust me guys, I have dropped this device a lot, over about half a dozen times, and it did survive. And Motorola claims that this device also has that nano coating. So I also tested it by dropping it in a bucket of water, and as you can see, it did survive. So again, yes, I would say I accept the claims of Motorola that it's a shatterproof device. So this is a device for a person who's sort of clumsy, and if you're sort of a person who keeps breaking your phones every year, you have to buy three or four phones in a year because you keep dropping your phones and breaking them, then this device might be the ideal device for you. And I won't go in depth regarding the general physical overview and the other aspects of this device, because I've already covered all those aspects in my unboxing and overview video. You can check out that video for more details. In this video, I'll quickly jump to the things that I like about this device, and then I'll give you my conclusion. So let's get on with the things that I like about this device. The first thing is that shatterproof screen technology, and yes, it really works. Also, in terms of battery, I have to say the battery life that I was getting on this Moto X Force is excellent. I would say it was easily lasting me for about 1.5 days. And in terms of screen on time, I would say I was getting anywhere between 5 hours to 5.5 hours of screen on time. So definitely the battery life is a big plus point of this Moto X Force. And if we compare it with the Moto X Style, definitely I have to say the battery life is very good on this Moto X Force. I also did quite a bit of gaming with this device, and I have to say the gaming performance was also very good. As it has that Snapdragon 810 chipset, it played all the games without any issues. Also, I noticed that this device has just a single speaker. It does not have that stereo speaker like the Moto X Style, but the single speaker is actually pretty loud. But again, I miss the fact that it does not have the stereo speakers like the Moto X Style. Now, moving to the UI, again, it's a Motorola device, so it's almost stock Android UI that we get, apart from that Moto voice and the touchless controls. And I have to say it performs very well. And it has also got the Android Marshmallow update, and that also runs very well with this device. Also, in terms of fast charging, it does support fast charging, and Motorola has included that Moto turbocharger, so you are covered. Also, in terms of camera, it sports the 21 megapixel rear facing camera, and I have to say the camera performance is very similar to what I got with the Moto X Style, and the picture quality was actually above average. Even the front facing camera performance was actually pretty good, but again, in artificial light, I did notice that the pictures get a little bit soft. In terms of video, it can record video up to 4K, but it does not have any optical image stabilization. So if you move around, the video might be a little bit shaky. So overall, I would say the camera performance is sort of above average, but again, you can't compare it with the flagships like the Note 5 or the Nexus 6P. Moving to the cons, the first thing that I did not like about this device is that though Motorola is charging such a high premium, here in India it cost about 50,000, but we still do not have any fingerprint scanner. So that's a big bummer in my opinion. Also, in terms of the in-hand feel, though it just has a 5.4-inch screen, though the screen quality is actually very good, but it feels actually pretty wide to hold, and it feels a little bit bulky for a 5.4-inch screen. It feels as if I'm holding a device that is having a screen size of about 5.7 inches. So definitely this device feels a little bit bulky in the hand. Also, in terms of cellular call quality, I did not have any problems with cellular call quality like muddy calls or something like that. But I feel the earpiece could have been a little bit better. I would rate the earpiece to be about 8 out of 10. Also, as it's a Motorola device and it has that active display, so it does not have any physical LED notification light, which I sort of missed. Also, in terms of pricing, I feel the pricing in India is pretty high. The base model that comes with 32 gigabytes of internal storage is sold for 50,000, and the 64 gigabyte model is sold for 54,000. Again, it's sold in India via Flipkart. I'll have the links in the show notes. But again, it also has a micro SD card slot. So again, storage is not an issue in my opinion. Now, let me give you a rating so that you get an overall idea about this device. If I have to rate the screen, I would rate it 8.5 out of 10. In terms of general performance, the general performance of this device was very good. But again, as I told you, the cellular call quality, because of the earpiece, because of that, I would have to rate it 9 out of 10. Moving to the camera performance, I would say I'll give it a rating of 8 out of 10, and it misses due to the lack of optical image stabilization. In terms of battery life, the battery life was excellent, and I have to give it a rating of 10 on 10. In terms of styling and build quality, I would say in terms of build quality, it'll get 10 on 10. But again, in terms of styling, I would say it loses a little bit of points. Hence, I have to give it a rating of 9 out of 10. And moving to overall price to performance ratio, I have to give it a rating of 8 out of 10. So overall rating of about 8 out of 10. And I have to say this Moto X Force is a sort of a special device. I would not recommend this device to everyone because I would say this phone is specifically for people who keep dropping their phones. And if you are that sort of a person, and in a year typically you have to change your phone twice or thrice, then you can seriously have a look at this Moto X Force. So I hope you found this video review helpful. Again, if you found it helpful, I'll appreciate if you can click the like button. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.